listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV network. Now the largest new media platform on the web and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith. Johnson.
From the AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, and streaming live on Ustream, this is AFTERBUZZ TV for the Young and the Restless. We'll break down the week's episodes and get you all the latest Young and the Restless news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, picking up where the show leaves off and the buzz continues, it's AFTERBUZZ TV for the Young and the Restless.
What is really going on, everyone? Hello! We are so back into the studio. Oh, man, and as always, this is the Young and the Restless recap, everyone. The Young and the Restless recap, the Y and the R recap, where we come here and we bring you everything, everything Y and R, everything Young and the Restless. And there's been some really unique things going down this week, and we're going to hop into it in a little bit after we introduce to you, of course, who we always have in the studio. Real fast, we want to take you straight into our guests in the studio, of course, all the way from Chicago. Not in the studio, but always here with the voice, our call-in co-host. We got the amazing, all-knowledgeable Granny Z. What's going on, Granny Z?
Oh, hello, hello.
Hello, hello, hello.
Everything is doing great. Everything is great.
That is awesome.
But the Young and the Restless, this week, wow, it's like, whew,
Granny.
you're like holding your breath. What's next?
Right. There has been some really shocking things that we're going to get into in just a moment. So I remember looking on the weather. You said something earlier when we spoke about the weather. How's the weather treating you these last couple of days? How's the weekend been?
Well, yesterday it was like 10 and 12 degrees. You had your socks and your boots and all of that, and all the unders on. And today, people standing out with sweaters on.
What?
So it's hard to predict. Really.
That is very interesting.
In Alaska yesterday, and today we're in Hawaii.
We're in Hawaii. Well, you know, when we're out here in the Hollywood areas, it always feels like we're in Hawaii. So I definitely appreciate that little weather call. So always in the house, keeping us looking good, sounding good, making sure that we're at the top of the line quality. We got my boy up in the DJ booth, DJ Jesse's in his house. What's up, brother?
What up, Brooke? What up, Granny Z?
What's going on?
Oh, everything is moving right along. You know, this is a busy season. The reason for the season is Jesus Christ is born. And so it's a busy time for all of us Christians and non-Christians.
Yes, definitely.
Absolutely. And we have time to squeeze in some Young and the Restless.
Yes, we do have time to squeeze in the Young and the Restless because, again, we always know that ain't stopping. The soaps is going to keep going. And everybody just stay tuned that, of course, on the Christmas day that they always play like you did on Thanksgiving, the reruns of classic episodes. So you never know what you're going to get into that particular day, but it's usually a rerun of a classic Christmas episode. But again, DJ, we want to just thank you, Jesse, for being in the house with us because, you know, from a man to a man, I appreciate you, brother, for coming on this show with me and holding it down. And I just want to thank all of the fans that are tuning in every week faithfully. We want to appreciate you. We want to thank you for downloading, for clicking, and for definitely staying tuned because this is what it's all about, bringing you the recaps, bringing you all the juicy news in the in-between from veterans, 25 years and 35 years on and counting. You know, Lord bless, we keep on moving, but we're going to bring it straight into it. So, Granny Z, are you ready to get straight into the topics for today?
Yes, I am. And really, I'm a little puzzled in a sense because Nikki surprised me.
Oh, my goodness.
I really thought Deacon was kind of really liking her, concerned about her.
It showed that.
But now I understand he needs money.
Right,
and,
blackmail.
Oh, my God. I'm like, wow. that kind of blew my mind, you know. I really thought he was going to try to keep her straight, but he was just trying to get into her head.
Oh, my goodness.
And so I was surprised at the wedding in Vegas, but
okay,
it is what it is.
So let's take it back, if I'm not mistaken. Now, she gets drunk, right? And she's emotionally upset because, of course, Victor is trying to take the blame for a cause that she feels like she did. Again, of course, we all know that she was set up in this particular situation. But she gets drunk. I just want to know, being that drunk, you go fly to Vegas, you get dressed, get married, being that drunk. Now, was she drunk or drugged? Which one?
She was hitting the bottle, pretty much so. She was drunk. But actually, what made her make up her mind is that Deacon said that he saw Victoria doing it. So she's doing it. She had to marry him to save her daughter, and Victor in jail trying to save her. So it's a family drama. But the bottom line shows they all love each other.
Right.
You know? But Deacon, I was beginning to kind of like, oh, he's coming around. But he had a twist. He was just setting her up.
He was just setting her up. Right.
But actually, in reality, we really don't know actually who killed Diane.
Yet. Yeah, what are
your thoughts on that?
I mean,
what is your thought on that?
I still believe, honestly, that, of course, Nikki was furious. Everybody was furious with her, but I still believe that Patty and Adam have something to do with the official killing of Diane. I really, really do, because they both had, well, not necessarily Patty, but because Patty was warped and Adam did her a favor by, you know, breaking her out of that institution, he owed her that much to be able to at least stab her. I can see her poisoning her, you know, after Adam done knocked her upside the head a couple times, and she was probably just knocked out unconscious. And then from the injection, you know, thrown in the river, it was all a setup that screamed Adam in it. It just so happened Nikki and everyone else just fell into the wrong place, wrong time. That's a perfect case of it.
Coming for each other out of love.
Right. You know, that's really what I think. So that's unfortunate. So they actually got married. Now, is he so?
Well, at first it was like a dream, you know, like imagination.
Right.
But then they actually, to the best of my knowledge, they actually got married. Because when she said, you know, this will be the last time you kiss me, so that means she is not really, she was like blackmailed into marrying him.
Wow.
You know, she's trying to save her daughter.
Wow.
And he telling her, oh, you was on the park bench, but you had the blood, you had that, but you didn't do it. You know, actually, I don't want to tell you, but Victoria actually won. You know.
Well,
and now if he'd said Victor is really guilty, that's one thing, but he went to her child, you know?
Right. And so this is the thing. Since Nikki has been back on the scene, everything has been coming her direction. She has not come back with any peace. She's come back on a bottle. She's come back with all kind of accusations. And then you also have Adam, because, you know, of course, Victor, by him confessing, Victoria was furious with him for the situation with Billy, you know, so she's not on the Newman board anymore. So all that was left was Adam up there. Now, sometimes I sit back and think, now, is this some sort of trick that Victor has up his sleeve, kind of like that's working around with it? Or was it really just the Nikki situation? Is this you know?
No, I think, well, it's a trick that Victor put Adam. Victor's still after Adam.
Right, of course.
And Victor put Adam on the board for a reason, not that he loved him and thought he owed him that. But now Victor, you know, he went to Nikki saying he had to be in charge and they have to respect him and all of that.
Right.
And so of course, Adam knows I think Adam really, as you said, Adam and Patty probably was in hooks together there.
Of course.
But the plot is getting very thick now.
Yeah,
I don't think
it definitely
Victor expected Nikki to go off and marry Deacon. So he's got to think a little different.
That's like a slap in the face almost to him. Like, you know, I'm doing all this for you, and then you go off after this SOB, how he'll call
yeah, that's what he called.
You go to this SOB.
And this chancellor, you know, she like, how could you get out of here? You
right,
know,
like
she was fired up there.
Right.
But anyway, I just don't know, and I don't know Phyllis' sister. I was like geared towards her, but I don't know. I don't really know what she's actually up to.
Avery is interesting.
She's very much
She's very interested.
Is she really trying to take Nick from Phyllis?
But Sharon always pops up. Sharon always pops up. Always pops up. Now she's getting jealous.
It messes up
Right. I thought she was just still over, still in love with Phyllis, but I see that you're still in love with Sharon too. And then Nick got to look like, here we go again. I'm just trying to protect my kids, like I have to deal with this woman's choices because we have infant kids still. So I have to deal with her. It was a little different with Noah because he's finally grown, but with kids, children, their choices do make a big difference. It does affect, and he doesn't want to have to deal with that again because he knows how weak Sharon is towards Adam. But I mean, to me, it's kind of he can't really say much, especially now because he's doing the same thing to his other ex-wife. It's kind of creepy.
It's kind of creepy, but Adam, I still go back to I can't understand Sharon really have feelings for Alan.
Yeah.
I mean for Adam because. Yeah, Adam, because you take my child and have me weeping and crying and all of that, and you knowing what you had done, I just
Granny, did you see
that just doesn't set too good.
It doesn't.
But anyway, it's all good. It's the plot is thickening, and Phyllis is back to her old tricks. She left town, but she is really Phyllis is Phyllis.
Phyllis is. Always been a unique character. So she's left town. She's come back. What's going on with Phyllis right at this moment? What's new?
Well, the thing is about it, Phyllis is Paul's son, she's trying to get him to work for the
magazine,
paper, for the, and all, so that she can get information to destroy Nick and them. She still loves Nicholas, I think, but the point is he tossed her out, so she's kind of scorned there, so I can't. Phyllis is devious, so.
But he's already sold it back to.
Keep your eye on.
Right? But Nick has already sold the company back to Billy, though.
I know, but still, she's gonna feed information in there.
You don't think Billy would hire her back, though?
Well, he might.
He did fire her too, didn't he?
That's a prediction. I'm not sure.
He fired her too for the baby situation when he had the magazine, right?
That's true because she will against them to take the baby. But it's really something that. But I can understand Jack wants to buy Beauty of Nature. I just
You said it last week, Greed. He just got the company back and the profits are moving forward. Right. I mean, but if you think about it, is it good timing, with bringing on Victoria because she's angry with Victor at the moment, with Victor going in and Adam taking over the company? Is it good timing for something along those lines? It's actually pretty good timing when you think about it from a business standpoint. If he's going to do it, this will be the time where the leadership is at a fault. And he's already
the stock is going down.
Exactly. He's already manipulated Adam and worked with Adam on several occasions. So it would be almost if he twists the knife and say, sell this company and be a big shot to your dear old dad, and it'll be a big blow. And then once he gets it, he can't do nothing about it. It's like I can see him smirking, saying it to him right now, just feeding that evil in his head. And Adam doing that little tooth thing that he does, like, yeah, you're right. You actually gotta. You actually got a point. I might work that out with you and sell the company off. I can see him really going into that angle now. And then also Jack going in and getting custody back. Perfect timing to be able to get the custody situation null and void. Now,
that's true, to get his son back.
Son back. Now, the only thing is the judge did not go with his confession, Victor's confession.
Oh, I know.
So,
but did you see that Victor paid off the attorney to the district attorney, of course, to get that information so his fingerprints could get on the case that the Serene was in and all of that. So that he's setting himself up, but now he's got to get himself out of that because he's got to save save his money from the guy she married, you know.
That's right.
You got to do that, right?
Well, because there was no prenup in that situation. But I mean, in a certain amount of time, something like that could be null and void. I'm sure that could be once she comes back to her consciousness. Because that's what happened when Victor supposedly got married to the other lady that was supposed to be Nikki's assistant. It was the same kind of situation. You know, when Nikki was in the thing and found out that she got married to that one crazy lady with the dark hair. What's her name? Her assistant, not Patty, but
Venus.
Not Venus. Remember Nikki's assistant, the one that the older lady that also killed Catherine Chancellor's husband's son. She used to be married to him.
Oh yes, the maid that came in. That was going to work for Victor,
right? And be Nikki's
that.
assistant that was spiking her drinks and getting her back into drinking again, because she honestly is really the cause of still this episode. Because I mean, Nikki never got back off of this. She never came back around from that once it happened. She still got Deacon in her life since that happened. She still was sipping since that happened. So the results of, what was it, Maggie? Yes. Yes, the results of Maggie actually were pretty detrimental for Nikki, because, I mean, here we are months later, you know, and she's still.
She was really off of the wagon for a long time.
Right, you know, and she was good.
Maggie bought oh boy, I have a senior moment. The guy she married, Deacon in. Maggie brought Deacon in.
Right.
She set Nikki up with Deacon.
Right. Even though she's still not working with Deacon, but Deacon is just like, you know, well, hold on. But I give him persistent bonuses, because he's been persistent in sticking it out. And I just can imagine, like, when Victor walked in his house and saw him standing there, like, the dude actually spent the night. You know, like, that is bold.
Yeah, but that's bold, but I'm thinking he's really looking out for it until I realize he's in debt to the mall. You know, so he's really.
Is he still from that situation?
He's using her.
Okay.
He's using her for money. But Nikki has a strong part. It takes a strong actor. She's good.
Yeah.
She's good.
She came back in full of all kind of emotions that she had to come from. Like, she has to, you're absolutely right. Like, her acting skills, and I guess this is probably why she took a break, because she knew when I come back in, it's going to be like hell on fire. Like, it's going to be, like, she really just dropped into a mess, and she's playing the part.
Right, a hot mess. Yes, a
hot
mess.
Hot mess.
Granny Z calling it a hot mess she dropped into. Yeah, because you know, everybody cares for their children.
Right.
And she always loved Victor through it all. She, you know, she wanted the best for Victor.
Right.
So, and still, but it's good to, you know, it's a good plot coming up to see how they're gonna carry this out. How Victor gonna get himself.
I agree.
He has set himself up so strongly.
I know.
You know.
He's really digging and digging. But see, this is the thing. He's already confessed to his lawyer. He's paying certain people off. So I believe, just like they did with Sharon's case, it's hanging around long enough. Evidence is going to pop up. It'll be just enough time, long enough for them to find out who the real killer is. And then everybody, of course, is going to go free. Even though we know that's a prediction. But, you know, I just imagine. I can just imagine that that's probably exactly what's going to take place in that situation. Now, let me ask you a question, Granny Z. What's up with this Jeffrey on this deserted island thing?
I just, I'm trying to blend that in with my thinking, and I'm not sure. I can't put my finger on that right now.
I don't get it. Now, the thing that popped in my head, and again,
he's supposed to be broke, you know. He lost all his money.
Or was it a setup?
So
could it have been a setup, Granny?
I don't know if he's losing it, talking to himself and to that little, whatever that little to-do thing is there when he's out there trying to start the fire and all of that. But the gangsters, and see, you know Devon, he's getting mixed up with that. I don't know if
right, with the girl's daughter, with his daughter.
Because, you know, that young lady cannot sing.
Now, what was up with the Thanksgiving special?
Her, so
right.
I don't know if he accepted money from them or he just been threatened. I can't put my finger on that one too good right now.
Right. Because I guess I know the Naked Heirs gave him money. However, he just got this brand new studio. Where did this funding come from? Now, are you thinking that it could have came from her father Because, I mean, on the Thanksgiving special, or she started sounding horrible, but then all of a sudden her voice started sounding beautiful. So
they're gonna work with her. See, the young lady that likes him, she's gonna work with her. They gonna make her a star. But now, why he's has to make her a star, I don't know, because he paid Miss Chancellor all her money back.
Right.
And I don't know just how much the Nicholas Ayers gave him. So he bought the studio. He paid Miss Chancellor back. So
I know, and that chick has a lot of money.
Quite a bit of money is flowing right there.
But you see his expression. I mean, I guess he's used to that kind of money. I guess when your grandma is a billionaire and your daddy is a billionaire, and then your adopted parents are definitely millionaires and own private jets, because Victor gave him the company Jack Neal a while ago. I guess when you have those kind of things in place, you see a nice check with a couple of commas, we can imagine, and it won't, make you fall and take a seat.
No, it won't make you fall, but I can't understand my problem. My thinking is, why does he have to make the young lady a star?
Right.
And he's
I guess
frowning up himself, but he's telling his friend, we've got to work with her.
Right. I guess that part hasn't come out yet.
He accept money from the gangsters.
I'm thinking so. And then that's another thing. I'm almost thinking, too, that is Jeffrey out on this island because they really sent the letter, that Dear John letter, because old boy wanted to, the little puppy, the gangster, wanted to get in with Gloria, and then got rid of him.
Well, what Jeffrey, he was all tied up, and he went and spent money that Gloria thought she had. That's how she got in such deep holes. She thought she had money to pay her bills and all of that, and Jeffrey had either gambled it off or whatever. That is definitely true. Either one got rid of the money they thought they had,
That is true. That is true.
Way.
So now, what do you think about Nick going back in the battle that's about to happen? Nick and Adam for Newman. What do you think is about to happen on that? What's going on in your opinion?
I think this is really gonna get really tough. But now, if you recall, Victor talked to Victoria. Victoria might come back.
That's right.
Due to the fact that Victor explained it, we didn't see it, but if Victor explained to her why he's doing this, he might come back.
That is true.
It's just a plot. It's a plot. They trying to get Adam.
Right.
And she might come back to save her, help save her mother.
And the cool thing is, once they do get Adam, now I don't know the particular term, but he just lied to the fact of saying he did see him, and he didn't. So it makes it even, what?
Well, before, when they had the court, he lied, and also
lying.
that they could get the money and what have you. So he's playing his part real good.
That's right, he is.
But Victor, once Victor get after you, we shall see. We shall see.
Yes, I guess you definitely. So Daniel and Eden, I knew that was going to happen eventually. Michael's little sister, that they were going to go there.
But what was up with them looking like they was Halloween or something? I'm like, oh my God, are you going into Exorcism or something?
These crazy kids.
Is that Hollywood?
Honest, Hollyweird is what most people usually go into effect with, and I didn't get that, and he still has this animosity towards Kane, but I really see Kane's, coming back around. He's coming back around, and he's cleaning his act up. How do you feel about it? You think it's going to be genuine, or something else is under his sleeve?
I've always liked Kane. I always liked his character, and he was caught up in it, but he was always trying to do the right thing.
Right, that's right.
He always was trying to protect Lily and the children.
That's right.
And although he had a lot of things he couldn't come forth with, but somehow or another, I think his dad's going to come back on the scene. I really do.
That's what's up. Yeah? Okay. Yeah, Colin, he has to.
Because Jill still loves him.
Right.
She's disappointed with him, but she still loves him.
Exactly, and that's the one that sucks the most, actually, when you're disappointed with someone, or certain things have to take place, and yet you weren't ready to have to make a separation, but the separation had to happen. I can imagine, wounds are not healed yet at this particular moment. So how do you feel about, I think this was a pretty bold move for Adam to go and threaten Nikki to talk to Nick to back down. Like, what kind of crap was that?
Well, he's pouring he probably set her up with the blood on the rock and the blood on the clothes. Adam has a ray of setting people up.
That's right.
You know what I mean. He has a ray of putting the dots in order and all of that, connecting the dots.
The dots.
It is interesting to see how it's going to turn out.
It definitely is very interesting to see how it's going to turn out.
It's exciting. It keeps us looking, that's for sure.
It definitely keeps us looking. And really quick, we want to just let everybody know that is looking right now that we are AfterBuzz. You can definitely tune in and call us. Call us right now. We are live. So as you're looking at us, we are here live right now. So as you see the number coming across the screen, definitely calling at 424-256-1729. Again, 424-256-1729. Also, you can definitely go and check us out on iTunes. Go to iTunes, the search bar, search Y&R Recaps. Definitely download us. We love knowing that you are looking and you're watching. And again, if it wasn't for you being here, we wouldn't necessarily be here either. And then also make sure that you're taking care of us and Twittering us at Twitter, at AfterBuzz TV. That's AFTER Buzz, which is BUZZTZ. And so again, just make sure you check us out, everybody. I say TZ, I said TV. Where did I get TZ from? It sound right though. Just looking at me. The holidays shopping.
Okay. The holidays coming up.
It works. Okay. So everybody, just make sure that you tune into us. And again, we're going to be taking you straight back into just a couple extra topics before we go into predictions soon. But really quick, I just wanted to just briefly, just go in really briefly on the Patty situation and the Dr. Peterson. So now, Dr. Peterson supposedly bounced right before Genevieve came into the scenario last week. And now, when do you think, Granny Z, when do you think Patty's going to explode? Because she's been lurking around now for a while. When is it going to be revealed? What do you think?
Well, I think Patty is going to use that to her advantage. And she's going to do things that's going to set her up again and get back in there with Jack and all of that, and Jack's girlfriend, she won't know which way is up. Now she has a kind of problem too,
right?
So that bad side of her having to return.
Look, you saw the way
she first came to June's. She first came on the scene. She had some problems too.
Right, she had that bitterness in it. You saw the way she picked that glass up after Dr. Peterson left, and she's like, matter of fact, I would like to know who your company was. Jack? She looked at him just like, let's hear some answers in this situation. So I thought that was interesting. Sharon.
Right.
You think she's going to go back?
She's going to watch that housekeeper because she's curious. And she knows she gave the cat away and she went back and got the cat. So
did she go back and get the cat?
Yeah, she went back and she
went back and got. That's right, she did go back and get the cat because the cat went missing. Right.
And Dr. Peterson is allergic to cats.
That is gonna be yes.
So it's gonna be very interesting.
I can guarantee you, she's gonna be around this cat. I guarantee the cat gonna come around and she's not gonna be sneezing, and Jack gonna be like, "Wait a second, hold on." I can guarantee you because they showed that because Dr. Peterson wasn't allergic to cats the first go around. From what I remember, I didn't remember any sneezing or any of that.
I don't recall because Patty wasn't in the house that much with the cats. The cats was out in.
That's right. That's
Victor's
right.
out on the farm,
That is right. So she never had that experience.
Stored away.
Right. I love the way the writers do.
The district attorney fired, so now you have to get a new district attorney. Now, one is Christina's coming back.
Oh, that's right. Granny, this is why I love you so much, Granny Z, because speaking of a new district attorney, hello, CBS Y&R. Hello. You got your boy, Brookshire, right here.
I to see you up in light.
Granny Z, like, I can see myself coming in and busting down Victor, being like, you know what, Victor, we're going to take you down, we're going to make it stick this time because Ronan just got fired. So I don't know. Of course, I'm sure he'll stick around, but, he got fired from not closing the case.
He's going to really scoop now, because he doesn't believe Victor. You know, he's really going to
dig in, him and
free
Phyllis,
him up in a sense, to really scoop around.
And he got the best person on his team, Phyllis, that is going that if he gets her involved,
Phyllis,
you can believe.
And Paul, when he found out his son is being sneezy all over again.
Oh, man.
Bless his heart. But anyway, it keeps us looking.
What they say, you get it from your mama. That's who he he like, that woman.
Right. And he has black hair like his mother and all of that, you know.
That is definitely interesting.
It's really, the writers are great. I mean, they keep us looking. They're great.
They are really great because, you know, I just always love the fact that they say what you think, what you're thinking. Like the thing that you want to say to the TV, that they'll say it, and you like, yes, that is what I wanted to say. You Scully, or you whatever. Yes. Oh, did we tell the story about when I told you that we were supposed to have Ryder on the show? I was telling Granny Z that Ryder was coming on. Ryder was coming on the show, and I said, yes, Ryder is a good friend of mine. He's a good friend of mine, the actual character. And Granny Z thought about it for a second, was just like, oh no, you don't want to be mixing around with that kind of person. And then she said she thought about it, everybody, and then realized that, well, okay, that was acting, great acting.
He's acting.
Great.
But I mean, you know, you can really get into it. Like, okay.
That's when you know.
I thought about it. I said, okay, yeah, he's a nice guy.
Off of it, right. Very nice guy, Jim Buddy. That's when you know you're doing, you're doing your job right. So, Ryder, we appreciate you. Mr. Wilson, you know who we talking to. Now, really quick, everyone, we're going to take you into a quick commercial plug. Again, we are at the AfterBuzz station. We are the Y&R Recap. We will be back in 1 second to finish talking to you about the Y&R Recaps, everybody.
AfterBuzz TV. Hi, I was once like you, a lazy, angry loner whose only joy was watching TV and surfing the net. And like you, after I'd see one of my favorite TV shows, I'd be so excited and have so many questions that I'd actually have to talk to my douchebag coworkers about it at the water cooler. Then I discovered AfterBuzzTV.com. AfterBuzz TV produces after-show webcasts and podcasts for TV series of all kinds, like post-game wrap-up shows for all your favorite TV shows. AfterBuzz TV hosts are industry insiders who break down episodes of shows, take calls from fans, and interview cast and crew from each series, with over 60 different after-shows, from Boardwalk Empire to American Idol to Vampire Diaries to Real Housewives, and more. Now, after a night of TV, I can ignore my stupid coworkers, who I hate, and go straight to my desk and watch or listen to all my favorite AfterBuzz TV after shows, and have all the TV fan interaction I need. Thank you, AfterBuzz TV. AfterBuzz TV. What do you want to buzz about?
Something natural, like we always do, and we are so back keeping it natural. And for all y'all that are there, that's what we love, the Y&R Recaps and the Young and The Restless Recaps, because they are always keeping things natural. The writers, we love you. And so, like we always do, we are taking you into our favorite section, which is our predictions. I feel the energy shifting into the appropriate place. And as we always do, we have our predictions, the Granny Z reports coming at you. Granny Z, it's your turn.
Okay. Well, I predict Victor's going to figure out a way to reverse being in jail.
Yes.
And all, because he has the means to do so.
Of course.
Victor, he's as they say, as the word goes, he's the man.
He's the man.
Now that
right.
Victor now that Nikki has married
oh my goodness.
that guy, that sleaze badge is a Victor
that
Collins.
SOB.
He's gonna figure out to really work that out. And I think Victoria, although she disliked her dad for what he was doing, family in the end sticks together. And
yes.
so I think she and Nicholas is going to team up, and they're going to get at him and all of that and prove that Nikki did not kill Diane, nor did Victor.
Nor did Victor,
so,
right. And that he did.
It's a good thing to see it. My prediction is that Patty and Adam together really got rid of Diane, but I'm not sure.
That's just your prediction.
Yes, yes.
That's what's up. So any last predictions, Granny Z, on do you think Avery's going to stick around with you think she's going to get caught in the love triangle with Sharon and Phyllis, or you think she's going to
I think she's going to get caught in that triangle there with them, because then her really true, she's a good attorney,
right, but her personality got to come out.
But she is going to let love, if you would say, or either trying to get back to Phyllis in another way. I still really don't know actually what happened for them to just dislike each other so much.
That's true.
Because just leaving home, come on. But anyhow, it's something else is going to come out of that.
That's true too. And
she's going to be on for a while.
You got to know too that anytime, and that's what the power of getting in and dropping them pulling out them sheets and dropping them drawers, or should they say, however they put it. That's the problem with that, because when she go put your mojo, Nick done put his mojo on her. And then, the way the mind works, the woman knows she know other women want him. So that's more of an enticing situation. She done got the mojo. It's a challenge.
It's a challenge for her.
It's a challenge.
To see if she can outwin. She knows he loves them both, and she's going to try to be number one.
And she thinking ahead, I done got her off. I should have left her in jail. One down. Now we got two to deal with, Yo bad, Avery. So I definitely dig that. So that's going to be funny when they finally end up having an exchange of words. That's going to be very, very interesting. Her and Sharon. So yeah, got you.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
And Sharon is really dressing the part. She looks very, very professional and sexy with that red dress on. And so she's back full force.
She's right. He said she done took her vacation. She done got that prison smell off her and out her hair, and she's ready to get inside someone else's bed and fast. You know how Sharon is. She ain't lost them tricks.
Oh yeah.
She is ready because she did it with.
I'm hoping that. Do you think she and Adam will go all the way again?
A part of me thinks that she's only getting that information just to be able to try to get Victor off, but she knows Victor is powerful.
That's what she started.
That's what she's thinking. But
she has some emotion, because when she left out of that bun, she was kind of confused there.
Right, because he apologized to her, and he knows how to lie with his eyes straight. Is looking right at you. So that's that power, that mojo. He done put that mojo on her also, and then blinked them eyeballs at her, and then of course the art of persuasion that he has to be able to persuade and coerce her brain to think that all of that stuff. Could you believe he actually said, Granny Z, that was probably the worst thing he could have done was what he did to her in the trial? Are you kidding me? Who are you talking to?
Yeah, but you see, he's good. I think he had a course in the principle of persuasion. He's good at it. He masterminds that.
It is such a devious trait because of the way he goes about doing it. But hey, that's why people that have the art of persuasion, they make it work, because everything is about getting a person to be able to understand what you're saying. So if you're able to articulate your words or your body language to get it to work and get what you want, hey, that's them. Work it as much as you can. So everybody, that again was our predictions, everyone. Oh my goodness. I just want to tell everybody, here, what we always do is we love all of y'all. I know I said that at the beginning of the show, but I just got this overwhelming feeling to send out to all my fans to let you know we love you. Definitely make sure that you're staying tuned to what we have going on. You can also check us out as well on LOV923.com. Also hit us up on LOV923.com on the AfterBuzz tab. You can check us out there too for, recaps that you can get here as well. Also, anybody, and this is something that's cool to know, if you're in the area in December, the the 13th from 7 to 3, Toys for Tot is having an amazing artist showcase.
Great.
You can actually go bring a free toy. You can go to 99-cent store, Target, Kmart, a brand new toy. You want to bring it with you, and that is your admissions in. We have some amazing performances coming. Y'all know y'all saw our own show with Oprah Recaps. We had Takaya Rashida perform on. She'll be there, and so many more. So December the 13th, definitely, if you're in the Hollywood area, it's at the Federal Building. The Federal Building right on Lincolnshire, across from the Panda Express in the Big Wings in North Hollywood. Check it out from 7 to 10:30-ish. If you don't have a toy when you bring it, is a $12 donation, but the show is going to be amazing. The artists, we're going to give you a actual performance, an actual concert. So definitely check us out, Toys for Tot. And if you have any other questions, make sure you check out info at industrythread.com. That's info at industrythread. That's plural, thread, no S.com. Info at industrythread.com. Everybody, it's been an amazing show. Remember, where the mind goes, the body will always follow. Granny Z, we want to thank you for coming in the house. We want to thank you for being here.
DJ Jesse, to you, Brookshire.
Peace and love to everyone.
Be blessed.
And be blessed, everyone. And remember, this is the holiday season. It's the season for giving, everyone. Find someone you can give to. Find someone you can share a little bit of love, a little bit of joy with, or just a smile. Everything you do out of love helps. Beautiful. Take care, everyone. Until next time, we are the AfterBuzz Young and the Restless recaps. We will see you next week, 3:15 on Sunday, PST. Love ya.
Very good, team.
Love ya.
From producers Kevin Undergaro and Phil Svitek, engineer DJ Jesse Janity, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. If you have questions or comments, be sure to buzz us at info@AfterBuzzTV.com. And you can find us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter by searching for AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later!
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.